Well, Hillary Clinton is on a two-day swing through Texas right now, not wasting any time trying to round up votes in next month's primary there. 193 Democratic delegates up for grabs on March 4th. That's the most of all the remaining contests. Boyd Ritchie is the chairman of the Texas Democratic Party. And Boyd, one political analyst said that Texas, along with Ohio, will either prove to be Hillary Clinton's firewall or her Alamo. You've predicted a possible record turnout among Democrats in Texas. Who do you think they'll come out for at this point?
Well, if I knew the answer to that, I'd put it in a bottle and retire.
Well, that's why I said, what do you think?
She has an awful lot of support.
Clinton, she and her campaign are banking on the hope that she can grab victory from the jaws of defeat and win this nomination by sweeping in both Ohio and Texas. And as we've pointed out, that's a full 3 weeks from now. So she's going to have to keep her campaign strong, fight off any sense that Obama's momentum is going to overwhelm her sense of purpose, and try to keep on pushing. I mean, their argument is the biggest mistake anyone could make now is argue that this thing is done, because it's still within her reach, and she is still a strong candidate and a strong presence in both Ohio and Texas, where the demographics are much more in her favor than they were in these Potomac primaries we saw yesterday. Now, her campaign is insistent that she can stay on a focused message that wins people over in these states by really emphasizing what they need. In their view, it's an economic boost, it's a focus on the troubles people feel in their pocketbook with health care, and on Hillary Clinton's ability to be an implementer, to not just, as they say, talk about positive, broad themes of hope, but really hone in on what it will take to make your life better with real-world policies. And as you've noted before, Senator Clinton has just gone up with her first negative ad on Barack Obama, a very soft touch to the negative ad, but she says in it, effectively, Barack Obama wouldn't agree to as many debates as she would like, and she's not the one talking about messages. She's talking about how to implement all these ideas that she believes Americans really need to have a better life. So she really sees herself as the person who can do, and he's the person who talks about doing. And if we take a listen now to Senator Clinton's comments yesterday in El Paso, Texas, I'd suggest what we listen for are her specifics, how she's in such a stark contrast to Barack Obama, does not talk about the big ideas, the overarching theme of unity or a new politics, but really gets into the nitty-gritty of what she's going to do in office. This is what she's banked on, that's a winning strategy. We'll have to see if it really works. Let's listen.
I meet the people who work hard every single day but can't pay their energy bills. They can't fill up their gas tank. They're looking for answers. And then I meet all of the people who want to solve the problems, the young people who are focused on a better future and want to make it happen. There isn't anything America can't do if we make up our minds to do it. Every one of us, every single one of us knows that tomorrow can be better than today. But it doesn't happen just by wishing it or hoping for it. It happens by working really, really hard to make it a reality, to give everybody a better chance. I see an America where everyone willing to work hard has a job with a rising income. And if you're willing to work full-time, you have wages that lift you out of poverty. I want to make sure every American who works full-time has a minimum wage of at least $9.50. In fact, I would require that Congress cannot raise its own salaries unless it raises the minimum wage. I see an America where health care is a moral right, not a privilege. Where every man, woman, and child has access to quality, affordable health care, We can do this. We can have a uniquely American solution. We already have a plan that we can make available to everyone. It's the plan that provides health care to members of Congress. And it works well for members of Congress and our staffs and federal employees. It has lots of choices. I want to make sure you have the same choices as your member of Congress does. And we will help people pay for it because I want everybody to have quality, affordable health insurance. And I also see in America where we end our dependence on foreign oil and we start growing and making our own energy right here in Texas and America. Aren't you tired of paying those exorbitant costs at the gas pump? Aren't you tired of sending billions of our dollars to countries that turn around and use it against us? Well, why don't we get smart and start creating our own energy? We have the sun, we have the wind, we can grow the products, we can turn what we have here in Texas into the energy of the future. Well, I can't think of any better place to start our campaign for Texas than right here in El Paso. And we're going to sweep across Texas in the next 3 weeks, bringing our message about what we need in America, the kind of president that will be required on day one to be commander-in-chief, to turn the economy around. I'm tested, I'm ready, let's make it happen. We're going to sweep across Texas in the next 3 weeks, bringing our message about what we need in America, the kind of president that will be required on day one to be commander-in-chief, to turn the economy around. I'm tested, I'm ready, let's make it happen. You know, there's a great saying in Texas. You've all heard it. All hat and no cattle. Well, after 7 years of George Bush, we need a lot less hat and a lot more cattle. Texas needs a president who actually understands what it's going to take to turn the economy around, to get us universal health care, to save hardworking Americans' homes from foreclosure at the abusive practices of the mortgage companies. We have a lot of work to do. And I know that El Paso understands that picking a president is one of the most important jobs we're going to do in this country in the next couple of weeks. When I think about Texas, I think about, as the congressman said, coming here 35 years ago. I was working for the Democratic National Committee, and I was going along the border registering voters. And we had the greatest time. I met some of the best friends I've ever had in my life. We had a chance to go into people's homes. We ate a lot of great food. We listened to some wonderful music, and we registered a few voters, too. Well, here I am back in Texas, and I'm asking the children of those voters to vote for me for their future.
I'm Hillary Clinton, and I approve this message. What I try to do every day is figure out how to help somebody. You know, you can't always pass the laws you want to pass right away. You can't snap your fingers and get people to cooperate. You have to work on that every minute of every day. But you can try to help somebody every single day. And I've tried to do that as a public servant, as an activist, and now as a senator. And that's what I will do as president.
For every soldier who serves so bravely over there, but is ignored over here, she hears you. For every National Guard and reservist who leaves their family behind, she hears you. That's why Hillary Clinton reached across the aisle to expand access to health care for the National Guard and is pushing to protect the bonuses of wounded soldiers. She'll never stop fighting for those who fight for us and give voice to those who have none.
I'm Hillary Clinton, and I approve this message.